At the 8th Central Committee's 11th plenary meeting, the esteemed Kim Wiju outlined important issues that the education sector must address to fulfill its mission, aligning with the goal of building a nation where education is the highest priority and is most developed globally. In the great interest and expectation of the party and the state, as well as with the blessings of the entire nation, at the start of the new school year, educators across the country and all the people of the nation, reflecting with fervent emotion on the imperishable achievements of the esteemed comrade Kim Jong-un, who has spared no expense for future generations and the eternal future of the country, ushering in a brilliant era of building a powerful nation in education and talent.
From early in the revolutionary years, the respected General Secretary, who envisions a grand plan to bring forward the prosperous future of the nation through education, initiated the new history of universal 12-year compulsory education. You have illuminated the path for the development of the country's education through numerous great works, advancing the educational revolution of the new century to make our country a nation of education and a strong nation of talents.
The esteemed General Secretary, who also proclaims the profound truth that a revolution in education is fundamentally a revolution in teachers, stated during the visit to the newly rebuilt Pyongyang University of Education in January 2018 that just as strong roots are necessary for fruitful harvests, the quality of teachers must be high for students' abilities to improve. He earnestly urged to prepare capable teachers whom parents can trust with their own children. The fate of constructing an educational powerhouse and a nation of talent rests on the shoulders of educators, as emphasized by the dear General Secretary. His immense trust and love for them as vanguards of the educational revolution has driven educators across the country to continuously create new teaching methods, including research-based teaching methods and study methods.
Witnessing how the issue of reform is unfailingly addressed at the plenary meeting of the Party Central Committee and how it leads to substantial changes in this dynamic reality, our teachers deeply feel once again the greatness of our party's reform-centered ideology. The esteemed General Secretary, who has set raising the nation's education to a world-leading standard as a core principle, during the party's 8th session of the 6th meeting, it was instructed as an important task to transform the national education system into one capable of providing world-class advanced education and also to make the content and methods of education more rational. And he has instructed to comprehensively study and analyze the global trends in educational development and the educational status of our country to formulate a plan, and in June of 2023, he allowed it to be discussed as a standalone agenda at the 8th Central Committee's 8th plenary meeting.
Respected General Secretary, comrade.
The wise leadership has enabled remarkable achievements such as concretizing, diversifying and practicalizing educational content and methods in the sectors.
For the children who are the future of the homeland.
The childcare policy is and the nation's most important
Set
policy.
it and upgrading the child.
Unconditionally, it must be the top
Our party's
priority.
policy as an enduring national policy of the
However,
Republic.
thanks to the noble intentions of our esteemed General Secretary, the inspiring scene unfolds each year on this land, where our students wear new school uniforms and go to school carrying pine tree backpacks, filled with dandelion notebooks and sunflower stationery.
In August of last year, the esteemed General Secretary stated that education is the nation's top priority that cannot be compromised even if the sky falls. He initiated an emergency system for the state to take responsibility for caring and educating children and students in flood-affected areas. He personally visited the classrooms set up in the community hall, participated in the worship, and emphasized that teachers' abilities are the quality of education. He earnestly taught about inspiring a wave of competence among teachers.
Looking up at the benevolent figure of our affectionate leader, who earnestly urged us to study better and strengthen our bodies to become the joy of the family and the nation, our people have deeply understood once again the attitude and position we should adopt towards student education and ensuring educational conditions. Embracing the noble intent of the esteemed General Secretary, officials from party and government organizations across the country, including Pyongyang, became devoted supporters among parents. They dedicated themselves wholeheartedly to the renovation and modernization of schools nationwide, including last year.
340,
16 schools, over 10 branch schools, and over 150 kindergartens were newly constructed or renovated as models. In the historic 8th Central Committee's 11th plenary meeting, the beloved General Secretary emphasized that educational work is the foremost national affair that should be prioritized and given utmost effort at any time and stage. He stated that the state must take full responsibility for issues related to school supplies, educational equipment and teaching materials, and ensure the best possible working and learning conditions for educators and students. Right now, not only the personnel and educators in the education sector, but all the people across the country are deeply reaffirming the intention of the Party Central, which has prioritized education and set the goal of building a nation where education is most developed worldwide. They are filled with enthusiasm to make the 9th Party Congress a victorious and glorious event by actively contributing to strengthening the foundation of the nation's education.
Responding to the call of the nation and the times through actions, the ranks of young vanguards who are dedicating their precious youth selflessly for society and the community are increasing daily. The indomitable fighting spirit of millions of patriotic youth is growing stronger on the march towards the 80th founding day of the party and the 9th Party Congress, as university graduates from South Pyongyang province have set their life's path in the revolutionary sites of the Mount Paektu area and mountain schools. Graduates of the History Department of Pyeongseong Teachers University, embracing the entire bedrock of party ideology legends, have chosen to work as instructors at the revolutionary historic site in the Baekdusan area. Graduates of Pyeongseong Teachers University and Pyeongseong Kyowan University have volunteered to work in schools in remote mountain counties, including Daehung County, Maengsan County, and Sinyang County, to fulfill the party's expectations with steadfast dedication.
Always keeping our hearts united, I will live a shining life following the true path of making my life's goal, my parents' God, ideology, purpose, and steps all one.
The teachers always kept in mind the party's intention to make education so that we can entrust our future too, continuously enhancing their qualities and abilities, and were filled with patriotic passion and earnest conscience in their teaching and educational work. Students in the graduating classes of Nampo University of Education and Nampo University of Teachers, who completed their entire college courses with excellent grades, have volunteered for island outpost schools. They are determined to become true educators who nurture the beloved children of military families, cherished by our party, into pillars of the nation. Among the volunteers is a female graduate from Nampo Teacher Training University, who built a tower of knowledge in the field of education for future generations after passing through elementary and secondary education with the love of the mother party.
I will read the introductions.
The speakers expressed their determination to support the party's vision of building a strong nation in education and talent by thoroughly preparing students to become capable revolutionary individuals with both moral, intellect, and physical strengths.
Our athletes who participated in the 20th Asian Marathon Championships returned yesterday. Yazeo Ai. At the 20th Asian Marathon Championships, Han Il-yong, who claimed the prestigious Winners' Cup and gold medal in the men's marathon, and Ri Kwang-ok, who took first place in the women's marathon, were warmly welcomed at Pyongyang International Airport by Comrade Kim Il-kup, the Minister of Sports, officials from relevant departments, sports officials, and athletes.
Whenever it was tough, I ran, while thinking of the people in my hometown of Minsan village who urged me to work for the Republic, comforting and pushing me. Always by my side was Comrade Kim Il-sung, the first hero of our marathon in the Republic.
Finishing the border.
Where is there a time difference of as much as 3 hours? Here until now in our house, there's never been such silence. Are you kidding me? Should we do that? If it were our house, this wouldn't have happened. All right, let's head out now. Hey.
The Rodong Sinmun newspaper featured an article on its front page titled, "Dear Father Marshal, thank you so much," reporting the excitement on the meaningful start of the school year in new schools of the rural cultural city that uniquely emerged on the banks of the Amnok River. The article also reported that the new academic year 2025 began and opening ceremonies were held in universities and schools nationwide. Shin Minyun, Im Yeon-hee. The continuous expansion of the struggle area for comprehensive promotion is the manifestation of our party's unwavering love and dedication to the people. This titled article was published and wrote about how a communist revolutionary is one filled with a high sense of party organization. We have edited an article conveying the world of devotion of the esteemed General Secretary who dedicates great effort for the development of the nation's agriculture. Is that... The newspaper published an article on the third page about how everything depends on workers' political consciousness in implementing party policies, along with an article on the party policy study experiences of Comrade Kim Young-ho, head of the Shinwiju City Party Committee. News about the units of each country's People's Army and the Baekdu Mountain Young Challengers Brigade expanding successes in the construction of large greenhouse farms with the spirit of carrying out the party's decision to the end. An article about a story of a party cadre in an art film. An article recalling impressive scenes, and news edited to actively inspire enthusiasm and competitiveness among the masses in the struggle for the implementation of the Party Central Committee's decisions in organizations within the city of Nampo. The newspaper includes several articles, such as one about the passionate love for one's hometown as a hallmark of a socialist person, and introduced distinguished contributors highly valued by the nation. It also reports the return of our athletes who participated in the 20th Asian Marathon Championships. The news reported that a one-day contract ceremony was held at the Korean Children's Recovery Center. The newspaper on the fifth page includes an article about how workers in all sectors of the national economy are motivating talent to challenge limits, create new things, and drive national development, along with an article on the expected weather and issues arising in the management of wheat and barley cultivation. An article introducing the work of the Kusong textile factory workers who have been exceeding their production plans every month while significantly reducing the baseline of fabric consumption, along with news sent by worker peasant correspondents. And it reported the news that in Chagang province, farmer unions are actively organizing mass movements for increased production on tidal flats. And at Ray Rup Farm in Jaeryong County, they are accurately executing plowing plans according to scheduled dates and field divisions while ensuring the quality of spring plowing as the top priority. The newspaper's 6th page mentions that a new spirit is overflowing on the hillsides of Byongpung Mountain, promoted by the Rural Development Association. The deputy director of the Equipment General Bureau of the Ministry of National Defense of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea made a statement regarding the signals of instability being sent daily to neighboring countries and regional communities by the US-Japan alliance, which is said to be a key pillar of the US-led military alliance system in the Asia-Pacific region. The new joint formation weapons of the US-Japan military alliance signal a more unstable regional security environment, including news about the Russian president criticizing the Western confrontational approach at the International Arctic Climate Forum, as well as other international news. With regards to the severe crisis humanity faces due to global warming, they have edited an article. Minju Joseon published an article on the front page with the title, "The Education Business is a Patriotic Endeavor for the Lasting Strength and Prosperity of the Nation and the People." They included an article conveying the endless trust and efforts devoted by the esteemed comrade Kim Jong-un, who strives to illuminate our country as a nation of education and a stronghold of talent. The start of the 2025 academic year in universities and schools nationwide, and news and photos of the opening meetings have been edited. The newspaper, on the 2nd page, carries an article about the devotion and arduous efforts of the esteemed Kim Jong-un, who serves the people devotedly and reveres them like the sky, along with an explanatory piece on the revolutionary principles of independence and self-reliance that must be upheld continually in revolution and construction. Regarding the issue that the land is the nest of our life, they reported news, including various regions actively engaging in land management projects by the masses. Articles have been published about how all economic leaders in the new 3rd year must innovate their economic organization work and position to thoroughly implement the programmatic tasks proposed at the 8th Party Congress and Party Central Committee plenary meetings, thereby fulfilling their responsibilities and roles as revolutionary members in successfully completing the 5-year plan. Include news of production in various sectors of the people's economy where the flames of increased production are being fiercely raised.
Open Port Wharf, the red flag of Samjungyongri,
compiled the article about the visit to Shinri Elementary School in Dongdaemun District and several other news items.
The newspaper headline is "The Miracle of Menstruation."
The statement from the Deputy Director of the Equipment Bureau of the Ministry of National Defense of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea warns that the new joint organization of the US-Japan military alliance foreshadows a more unstable regional security environment. The news also covers international stories and an article on the rapidly spreading movement boycotting American products, which is shaking the Western world. We have introduced the main content featured in the central newspaper so far.
Oh, damn.
Nubiri, Bear, and Miowi are going to the festival stage where the sports event is taking place grandly. The plane is now flying east.
Hold on. Take a break.
Look, see? It's really done. Oh, my stomach is rising as I breathe. Laughter.
It's because we've climbed so high up that we can see the sun clearly. Because we've come up high? Well, you go up to such a high mountain and you don't see the sun well. Oh, I see how it is. Don't hold back. What's there to hesitate about?
Huh? Who?
These Nobikis report that due to the rapid climate change, people should refer to the Yasatsu. Understood. We will do so.
Can I say just one more thing?
Youngju, let's go to the 10th floor. Dee-ro-ro-ri, 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 dee-ro-ro-ri. At this rate, if we go on and we lose, it shouldn't be the kids' fault. Yeah, it's crazy. This is just like in our first game. I hope... Hey, what a funny thought. Oh, really? Right. Can't you just call them the stored energy? Oh, come on. You're always just thinking about soccer. It's mine.
Guys, wait here a bit. I'll go check when the flight departs. Arigato? What? I'm trying to find out when the plane departs.
Oh, I just got word that we'll depart at 6:10 in the evening.
Is that so? So if you get in touch, please.
The time has arrived.
Just buy too quickly, Kun.
Wait. I should set this to the airport time.
Give me a moment. Hey, you all too. It's 1 o'clock for everyone.
Enough.
Departure at 6:10.
Punishment?
Yep.
Ha
Wait.
ha ha. That's great. I have to leave.
All right. Then I'll go get a refreshing coconut.
Wait. Ah, sorry.
Behind!
Yes. You say it's delayed because of climate change? Yes.
Hey, at 6:10 in the afternoon,
We'll see. Come again. Thank you. So, who should we do?
Squeezing in the esophagus.
There's a lot of time. It's a needless worry. Young Ho, let's do it this way.